It's like the changing of the guards from August to September. Friends, hello! Welcome back to Amethyst Craftworks. I am Samantha, and welcome back to a Movie Marquee Challenge update. We did indeed change the calendar. There we go. It is now September, or at least it's going to be September. I am a little early, and that's okay. I'm giving you guys a head start on September, right? But we have a new month, which means a new pick, and a finished pick for August as well. And so I hope you guys are as stoked as I am to get into this update, because trust, your girl is real excited. Now, first things first, I will say, my lovely little friend Spike here, he took a tumble in my last video, if you noticed. He tends to sit on top of the yarn cake that sits in my yarn bowl that I use for picking for the Movie Marquee. And lately, he's been kind of, well, like that. I can't really get him to sit upright there unless he's in, like, the most specific spot. But that's okay, because his seating arrangement over there is actually going to be in use today for something else. But before we get into that, which you guys know what I mean there, right? But let's get into the completed squares and completed applique for August for the Movie Marquee. If you are unfamiliar with the Movie Marquee, then I will give you a super quick rundown here. Me, Bella from Bella's Crocheted Gifts, and Heather the Crochet Witch. Hello ladies, there we go. That's a whole hand wave. The three of us are tag team in the Movie Marquee Challenge this year. Each one of us is picking a movie in that month, and for that pick, we are all basing projects on that movie's poster, pulling colors and inspiration from the movie, the actors, a scene, a quote, just the poster itself, all that good stuff. And in August was Bella's pick, and she picked Adventures in Babysitting. Now, I've got a stack of squares here. I did show you 3 of them and my applique, but I've got them all completed now, all 6, because I'm doing 6 a month, as well as some appliques that are a reference to the movie. Something from the movie that tickles my pickle gets emblazoned upon my cardigan, which is what my entire project for the year is going to be. Now, I showed you these last time, and I showed you the one that my applique is on, but we'll get to that. I did want to show you the other squares that I completed, because I quite like the way these last 3 turned out. I used colors from Chris's scarf. She's got a very long, beautiful scarf on in the movie, throughout the whole movie. And I pulled colors from her scarf, and in some of them, I used the color order, not this one particularly, but we'll get to that. But I used some of the colors in color order as they are in her scarf. But really, I just used the colors as inspiration, as you can see here with the sort of rainbow-inspired one. And I've also got one that is cool colors with the khaki of her coat, and then gray, which was my applique color. And similarly, I did one in warm colors, so orange, yellow, and red with the khaki and the gray. And then this one, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't know if you guys will see the same thing here that I see. but color blocking in like the 80s and the 90s was huge, right? And so many things were in like these sorts of colors color blocked. Like wall decorations and clothing and like VHS tape covers. Like there was so much in this color. Like these color blocks, like just like bright, vibrant, kind of non-matching colors. The thing that I really think of is like the cover of like a textbook, like a middle school textbook, having like just stripes that are usually like diagonal across the cover in like red, orange, blue, and purple or something, right? And so that's kind of what I went for with this last one. I just really, this like red, very, I don't want to say retro because that was my childhood, and I don't know if I'm ready to call my childhood retro. Woo! But, you know, this inspired this color arrangement here. And those are the 5 plain squares. But then, my applique. So I used, I think, is her name Sarah? I think. I'll correct myself on screen if it's not Sarah, but the little girl in the picture over there from the actual like screenshot from the movie, she wears a silver Thor helmet throughout the entire movie because girl is obsessed with Thor. And I pulled the Thor wings as my inspiration for the applique for the month of August. So I sewed them down on the square that is the color arrangement as close as I could get with the colors I had and the number of rounds that I'm working with here, which is 5, to Chris's actual scarf. So I put the Thor wingy dings on the square that is inspired by Chris's scarf. And you know what? I think it's pretty fun. I was very tempted to do like almost like like a semicircle, a half circle sort of shape in gray to then attach these onto to sort of read a bit more like the helmet that Thor wears, that the girl wears in the movie. But I kind of thought, you know what? Let's let the silver wings shine on their own because I think it might have lost some definition or something here. You know what I mean? So yeah, that is my square with the appliques on it for August. It is much less wavy and wonky as Star Wars turned out to be. But yeah, I really like it. And that is the completion for August for the movie marquee. Now, I know why you guys are really here, and it is to see what movie I pick for the month of September. Since Heather picked in July and Bella picked in August, we're back to me, which means I must pull out, of course, Noodles, who is like the Beanie Boo version of My Boy Ralphie. And the yarn cake that sits in here. It fits so perfectly that I just sort of keep it in here. But I did want to show you guys my 2 little pieces of purple cat-shaped paper live in here like the entire time. They just get smooshed down by the yarn, and I've only got 2 in there. Can you see? In fact, I did bring the little cat-shaped purple Post-it that I use, that is what my movies are written on in here, because I've only got 2, and I think they are both pretty good picks if I do say so myself, right? And so I'm gonna shuffle them up. We're not looking, I'm not trying to peek. I think, oh, they're a little stuck together. Even though these have sat in here essentially for the entire year. The Post-it note sticky is still pretty good on there. So there's one still in there in my beautiful yarn bowl that was customized for me. All right, so I've got the little purple cat. I'm going to unfold it. I'm going to show it up to you guys, okay? Give you the first peek. Hopefully, let's see if it'll stick to my fingers, right? Hopefully it's a good one. Hopefully it's one that you guys like. Ready? Okay. Let's go for 3, 2, 1. Can I? Aha! Dark Shadows! There we go. You can see my chicken scratch and a little smiley face there. Dark Shadows! Oh, that's so fun! I will put the poster up over there so you can see what we are working with for the month of September. That's so exciting! Oh, I love this movie. I love this movie so freaking much. Of course, it was a 50-50 shot as to whether it would be Dark Shadows or the other movie. That will be, funnily enough, it'll be my pick for December, which is... I'm not even going to give you any spoilers, alright? It's just going to be a fun December. But anyway, Dark Shadows, the poster. What a glorious movie this is, let me tell you. It is a Tim Burton movie, and it's got Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter and Michelle Pfeiffer. When I tell you that I, immediately fell in love with this movie, I am not exaggerating. Not even a little bit. I love Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter and Michelle Pfeiffer. You cannot argue with me. She is Catwoman. She is my only Catwoman, and she will forever be my Catwoman, right? I love this cast. I, of course, love Tim Burton. I think you guys know by now how much I love Tim Burton. And this movie was, fun and kind of spooky and kind of weird, and it has some witchy things in it, and vampires, and it's also funny and weird and kooky and spooky, and it's fantastic. I love it. Barnabas Collins, who is Johnny Depp's character, says some of the funniest, stupidest things in this movie. It's fabulous. And I'm also pretty sure it was based on a older TV series, if I'm thinking correctly, that was kind of either the same characters or based in the same sort of theme, called Dark Shadows. I think it's in black and white. If you guys know what I'm talking about, leave me a comment and let me know. I've never experienced the TV series version, but Dark Shadows, the movie version, oh, it's so good. And yeah, the poster, it's very dark, it's very brooding, but there's also some good colors in there. So hold on, I'm going to go raid my stash. I'm going to fill my project bag with all the yarns that I'm going to use for the month of September, and then we will go over them. So one sec here. All right, my project bag. In contrast to last month, in which I used a whole lot of scraps, and it was filled... Not at all. It is now very much filled, because I picked some newer skeins of yarn that I've got in here, and I picked quite a few colors, so let us go over all of that. I think the first color, I suppose the first color I'll pull out is, has a pop label. It is Big Twist Value. Surprise, surprise. It is the color, I'm reading it upside down, Titanium Gray. It's just a regular old gray, because the brother in the movie poster, his jacket is gray. So we've got gray. Oh dear. Nudes, my dude. Hop in there for just a sec, right? And then I've got another one with a label that is not very structurally sound, but this one is a new skein of Red Heart Super Saver in the color Amethyst. Amethyst Craftworks. This is my my patron saint of yarn. It is my favorite shade of purple. And it is a brand new one, because the little purple scrap that I had that I used in last month, I used up every last little bit of that little purple ball, scrap ball. So I broke into well, I will be breaking into a new amethyst because Carolyn is her name, I'm pretty sure. The daughter, the younger blonde girl in the poster, she's wearing purple, as well as, let me pull out the other color for her. Where is it? Here it is. Plum from Big Twist Value. Just like a magenta color with a rascally tail here. There we go. So this is also going in because purple and this like magenta plum color are for the daughter, Carolyn. Then I've got deep red, and this is the sparkly red dress of Angelique, who is the lady in the red dress. She's got a sparkly red dress, and I will say, you guys will see it soon. I have hinted to this in a few of my videos, but there is quite a large project that I have been working on, and in that project I used the remainder of the red sparkle Karen Simply Soft that I used in July with Star Wars for Darth Vader's lightsaber. If I had saved that, it would be perfect for this because her dress is so sparkly, right? But neither here nor there, I have used the rest of that yarn. So we've got deep red for her, Angelique. This is a disaster already waiting to happen. And then I've got the most ridiculously floppy, gangly scrap of white, which I'm not even going to put over there. I'm going to set it over on my other side. White's going in because all their faces, especially Barnabas's face, is like paper white because he's a vampire, right? Paper white. So we've got that. And then I've also got Wine from Big Twist Value. A dark red. I thought it would pull a little bit of contrast to the bright red, as well as the big medallion that is on Barnabas' chest. The, like, necklace with the big, right? It's also a dark red. So we've got Wine. Boy, oh boy. And then, oh, Helena Bonham Carter. Her character also is wearing like a magenta sort of, well, it's buried now. A magenta sort of colored dress. But her hair is orange, right? And so I do have a little bit left of the scrap that I used in August. But it is the color orange from, surprise, surprise, Big Twist Value. There we go. So I've got a little bit left. Oh, too much stuff. I've got a little bit yet left and then a full skein here. So if I dip into this, then I dip into this. But I've got some extra. Oh, man. Okay. We're still doing all right. I've only got 2 colors left. And they are black, Big Twist Value, and Varsity Navy. Yes, Varsity Navy from Big Twist Value. Because I believe, oh boy, I can't remember the little boy's name. Adam? I don't think that's right. I can't think of his name. The little boy in the poster, he is wearing like a blue sweater, right? So we've got navy blue, as well as the whole poster itself sort of has like a dark, nighttime-y, dark navy tinge to it. Which makes sense, of course, right? For a vampire movie. But it looked good with all these like dark jewel tones. Like, come on. Like purple, dark red, orange, gray, black. I mean, come on. And of course black because Barnabas is wearing black. His hair is black. So much of the like background is black, so on and so forth. However, I will say with the black, as you guys have seen, my joining color for squares for the front panel of my cardigan was black. So I may forego the black in the squares, or at least not edge the square in black. At least not do the last round in black. We'll figure it out, because there's going to be a lot of black connecting all the squares for the whole entire cardigan. But yeah, those are my colors. That is my movie. What do you think? Have you seen this movie? I will say this one is probably one of the lesser known, one of the least popular Tim Burton movies. It's not like Nightmare Before Christmas and, you know, like Batman Returns, at least, you know, in my realm. It's not quite as popular as some of his other movies, but I love it, and it is hysterical. And have you seen it? Do you like it? I love anything with Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter. Like, oh, Sweeney Todd, hello. And that's, you know, neither here nor there, because that Sweeney Todd is not the movie pick for the month, but Dark Shadows is. And so, yeah, let me know what you think. Leave me a comment, let me know. So when you're down there, leave me a like as well. And please subscribe today if you haven't already, because I would love to have you join us here. Join us for the Movie Marquee Madness, right? And until I've got another something, until I've got an update on these, along with my applique, which I didn't even mention. Or did I? Right? Until I've got another update, I will just catch you later. Take care. Goodbye.